Hello truckers and welcome back to American Truck Simulator with realistic economy. We are in Garden City, Kansas, and we have a load to go pick up. We're going to actually Junction City, I do believe. Wait, is that where I'm going? Yeah, Junction City. We got 4 more cities to get done to meet our quest for... Wait, park and brake? Okay, I thought park and brake wasn't on, maybe. Yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, 4 more cities to meet my personal goals for the cruise in Kansas, and Junction City is one of them. I was actually trying to get one up to Phillipsburg, regular or external contract, and that was a no-go. So, yeah. So Junction City is about the only one that I had an opportunity to go to. So that's what we're going to start the day. See, what do we got here? 4 miles to get to wherever it is, whatever load we're picking up. That's a wrong gear. Not a good start to this episode. Shifting in wrong gears already. Going fast around corners. As long as it's not as bad as yesterday's episode of Alaskan Road Truckers, I'm all set. And that is actually where I just came from, so... if you saw that episode, driving couldn't be any worse than what it was. So last I checked, as a community, we have reached over 50 million miles for the cruise in Kansas, and I forgot how many miles that we have to get the community goal. Was it 150? So like we're 1/3 of the way there after a week, basically. You guys want to pick the pace a little bit? I mean, it's 55 miles an hour through here, apparently. I did check before I came on here, and I did see that the environmental mod that we have been using has been patched over for 1.49, so if you want to go ahead and get that and use it, it should be compatible now. I'm not going to use it just yet. I'm probably just going to go throw on the winter mod. Maybe after we get done with the Kansas thing. Looks like my trailer is there. I'm just trying to figure out which way is which. Okay, so is there an invisible wall here? Nope, good. As you see, it's a shorty. Bang, 1% damage. Okay, but we're in. We're in. Yeah, starting out just as bad as the Alaskan Road Truckers. Let's see here. So we're going to get there by 11, so we should be able to grab another load, and hopefully to one of the 3 remaining cities that will be on our list. And in any of the 3, I don't care. But it's getting difficult to find loads going to those cities, as the dump truck is just out for a cruise, apparently. I mean, he's out for a Sunday cruise on a Sunday. Alright, so what am I hauling here? Grain. 23,000 pounds. You know, that's heavier than I thought it would be, honestly. With that small of a trailer. So, I mean, still 23,000 pounds is not much. We should have no issues hauling this whatsoever. Money-wise, we did pretty darn good. I think we ended last episode somewhere around 40, and we're up to 58,000. So, yeah, it's just getting better and better. Every day, the drivers are bringing in the cash. And before you know it, we'll be buying another truck, getting another driver, which means the money will be coming in faster and faster. See, speed limit is 65, and that's the max we can do on external contracts. So I'll set the cruise control. Some of these roads that we're taking, I think we've been on most of them. We're kind of headed to almost the center of the state. And actually, I think this is the way we came to Garden City at the end of last episode. Yeah, I really wanted to go up to, I think it's called Phillipsburg. That's where I wanted to go, and I just couldn't find external contract or a regular contract, a regular freight job going up there. So maybe once we get to Junction City, we can find something. If not, I'll just have to eventually just drive there and take a load out of there. Because that's what you have to do. You have to take a load to or from every city in Kansas. Just 212 miles left on this trip. So yeah, I mean, most of our trips here in Kansas have been on the short side. I think the train's going to cross just to the right side of us, so shouldn't affect us at all. Kind of glad I was in the left lane now, because if I was in the right lane, that bus wants to turn, and we wouldn't be moving at all. As we look into the morning sun as it rises, well, it's risen, but it is certainly glaring through my windshield. I am going past a dealership, international that is. We should be able to discover it. Do you actually have to drive in the parking lots now? Because it used to be, as long as you got close up to it, you would discover it, and you know, without actually pulling into the parking lot. Doesn't matter too much. We have discovered all of the makes of trucks in the game, so I can just buy directly online. For a while there, though, I think it was a Freightliner dealership I was having trouble finding one. I mean, you guys were telling me where they were, but I mean, we just weren't coming across one in our travels. But since we just swapped out our Cascadia for this, you know by now that we found one. I need to turn left very quickly. It looks like that car is going to let me on in. I guess it didn't matter because the 2-lane went down to a 1-lane. Oh, it's not really turning. It's just the road going that way. Okay. Yeah, that's the scenic route. Okay, yeah, that was the scenic route that we did last episode. Or the scenic view. Yep, with the Dodge City sign behind us. Yeah, we're just backtracking, it looks like, from last episode, but not much I can do about it. Well, I could have taken a different job somewhere else, but that defeats the purpose of what we're trying to do here. Now, there was a comment, though, that after I get done with the contracts here in Kansas, maybe I should take that cistern tanker for a drive. I kind of forgot how that works. I can't remember if I got to go back to the garage that it's at to actually grab it. So if I say take trailer, I think it advances time. I can't remember. But I'd rather not, because like I said, by the time I finish up these contracts here, I do believe the Christmas contract should be just around the corner. So yeah, I'm going to leave it maybe after the holidays, maybe after I get those done. Did I catch up to the train that was going through before? I may have. Really a quiet train, honestly. Let's get across the tracks before something stupid happens. I did have a quick look because I was talking about it last episode also, that I saw a couple people comment. I don't think it was on my videos, or maybe it was. I forgot even where I saw people having the conversation that Missouri was the next announced state after Nebraska and Arkansas. And I have not seen the post by SCS about that. What's going on here? The truck seems to be having some issues turning the corner. I'm going to sneak out in front of you. I know you had the right of way, but I don't feel like waiting at that four corners forever. Do I dare and send it? He does. I didn't see any cars coming. Not too good of a head of his steam to slow on down. Like I said, I just came from recording yesterday's episode. Was that yesterday's episode? Yeah, that would be yesterday's episode for you of Alaskan Road Truckers. That's a rough 1 hour watch. I'm just going to say that. If you haven't seen it, it's a rough one to watch. And if I have a day like that in ATS, I'm deleting the vid. Nah, I still post it. Just to show how bad of a driver I am. Would be kind of cool to see on one of these spots here in Kansas, or maybe in the future, when you go past these fields, that they're out in the field with a harvester actually harvesting. I may have seen it before. I don't think I have, but maybe it's been a thing and I just don't remember it. Four-way stop, so just first come, first serve. We are right now in Hays, Kansas. Just to let people know that we're in town with a Jake break. I feel like I'm going to get in this right-hand lane. If I can stop getting every red light, that'd be great. Oh, we got a rotary to go through. Oh, is this the double rotary? Or roundabout, whatever you want to call it, where you're from. Whee! Making a milkshake in the back of the trailer, probably. Not sure, but we might be getting on the I-70. There's another building to our right that's a scenic picture, I assume. I would like to see a different symbol for that rather than just the one that they currently have. Not sure what I would choose myself, but alright, so when we get to Junction City, I almost said something else. Junction City, Swift Transport, which seems to be a place we're going a lot. Maybe Swift is trying to tell me something. I'm trying to think if the I-70 goes right into Junction City, which I think it does. At the rate my drivers are bringing in cash in like 5 more days, we'll buy another truck. Not going to quite be that way, as we know that sometimes we get a few days where nothing comes in. Now, I think we did upgrade a few of our trucks as well, and it wasn't as expensive as I thought it would be. So I think when we get the 3 trucks in the Dallas garage, which means 2 more, and then we'll start upgrading the rest of our trucks. I think about halfway through, after about 10 trucks, I started to give the drivers some better equipment to be driving around in. Some of them are driving our old trucks that we have driven. I think I may have asked this question before, and that would be, what's the most miles that you put on a truck? want to say for me it was 80 or 90. And that was on my other profile, and that was Aerodeth. I think that's how you pronounce their name, that Volvo there. But unfortunately, they stopped modding and updating that truck as ATS went on. And the truck was no longer compatible, so I sold it. I think I had about 70 or 80,000 miles on it. I think overall I got 4 profiles. I got this profile, I got the original one. And then I had a problem, so I had to start a new profile when the coast-to-coast map, I think it was Arizona, came out. There was a slight issue with the coast-to-coast map, and when Arizona came out, so I started a new profile, which seemed to fix my problem. But then we found out what the problem was with the coast-to-coast map and the Arizona DLC. I think it was a garage situation in Arizona. But either way, and then I got another profile where I cheated a whole bunch of money and stuff in, so I could always go in and just test stuff before I bring it into this profile here. Don't want anything going on with this profile. Would really suck if this profile somehow got corrupted. For as far as we've come, although it probably wouldn't be the worst thing to start over. I mean, it'd be, I don't want the early stressful days. Do I want to say stressful? I don't think it was stressful, because to me it was kind of fun not being able just to go out and grab a truck here or there whenever you wanted to. I mean, it's still the same situation here, but I mean, we're bringing in money a lot faster than we were at the very beginning, of course. I want to say it was probably not until around episode 50 before we bought our second or third truck. That was a wrong gear completely. The engine's not going to like that too much. I got to see if I can reconfigure the gearbox on Alaskan road truckers to kind of match up what I got here. Well, here is Swift. Am I going through the other gate as well? No, I'm going actually into this gate. And where are we going? On the other side of the building? Just assume we can go around this way. Oh, there it is. I see it now. So we're going to try to take our usual approach. That way I can just stick my head out the window like a dog. And that way I can see where I'm going. Smaller trailers can be a little bit more difficult for me to back up, because they turn so darn quick on you. I don't know if that guy over there is waiting for me to park. I'll be done in a second there, buddy. Alright, parking brake, engine, decouple. And now, as I said at the end of the last episode, I think we're on 11 of 14 cities. I'm just going to hit continue. Should say 11 out of 14. It does. Alright. Job market. So, there are 3 cities I had not even been to. We got to find Pittsburgh, Marysville, or Phillipsburg. Well, let me try Junction City first of all, and let's see what comes up. Do any of those 3 cities pop up here? So far, no. What is with these 3 cities? Oh, there's one to Pittsburgh. There is one to Pittsburgh right there. Another 4 hours, which we can do. So let's go down to Pittsburgh. And then we just got to come up to Marysville and then Phillipsburg after that. But here we go. Scrap metal. Doesn't pay, I mean, it's not even $1 a mile, so it's kind of like a really crappy delivery, honestly. But, you know. We're doing quest. That's what we're doing. It's like a side quest, you know. It's not what you want to do, but you got to get it done at some point to open up more quests, kind of a thing. Yeah, this is another thing. Like I said many times over, I wish they would do as well. When you're looking at a job, I wish they would kind of say you are 30 miles from this pickup point and so on and so forth. Here we are 16 miles away. Wait, did the color of that truck change? Wasn't that a white truck? I think it was. Oh, there's a... Do I want to call my security guard? There's one of those truck washes. One of these days we might be able to use it. Although I got told the last time I saw one that some people have been able to get through them. But no sense really stopping on a truck wash until our truck gets dirty. I wonder if a dirty truck will have an effect on how we drive or whatever. At first I wasn't quite sure what was going on at this intersection, but I kind of see that we gotta shift to the other side. And then shift back to the other side. I mean, that's a little weird, but okay. I'll obey the traffic laws as best as I can in ATS. Especially with a cop car right in front of me. I think the cop would pull me over if I went down over into the breakdown lane to turn right at the stoplight. Thinking he might. So is this going to be another scenic picture that we could take? Is it of the church? Might be of the church. So we have not actually been through the city itself. Kind of looks like a war memorial kind of a park. Sometimes it's nicest to drive through a city just to see what they have done to create it. You might see something you have not seen in the game before. Like a house with balloons on the outside. General Mills, but I do believe we're going to the factory out back, which is waste management. Speed limit is only 20 miles an hour through here, so they are doing the speed limit. Must be down and around out back. I think this is the standard waste management facility. There's our trailer right there. Let's try not to just jam it in there this time. Yeah, I think I kind of missed... No, maybe not. And maybe I did. And I did again. Having a hard time lining up my rear wheels with the wheels of the trailer. Okay, maybe we're having a hard time because we are too high? That didn't sound good. Didn't feel good either. Alright, I'm trying a little bit to either side here, and so far it's not doing too well. Well, this is not going well. Alright, well, I just couldn't get it lined up, so first time in a while I actually had to do an outside view to kind of figure this out. Let me raise up my axle. I'm just having a terrible day at driving, it seems like. Weight-wise, 40,000. Pretty, actually almost 41,000, so starting to get a little hefty. But our truck should have no issue with this weight whatsoever. And we get there just before 5 o'clock, which is quitting time. But that'll get 12 of the 14 cities done. And that'll just leave Marysville and Phillipsburg. Mary and Phillip is who we got to go see. I'm already out there, so I'm going. Yeah, sorry. It's just one of those days for me driving. No, not 12th gear. I don't know what's with me today. I mean, this is still going way better than Alaskan road truckers went yesterday. Wonder how the residents like being here with the two factories down there. Seems like they're getting a lot of traffic. But I like how there's this one house with balloons out front. I mean, I've seen balloons before in the game, just not like that for one house. Seems like a lot of traffic coming from that direction. Yeah, need to be in that lane over there. So we're almost at 2,500 miles on this truck, which all the miles have been put on here in Kansas. A few miles, of course, because we started in Burlington, Colorado. So maybe like 20 or 30 miles were in Colorado. The rest have all been here in Kansas. We're not going to get paid much for this trip, are we? At like $5.22, so let's not do anything stupid, because one speeding ticket, accident, fine, or whatever, then, yeah, we're not getting paid nothing. Breaking even. Which means I'll probably hit something on the way down, right? At least we got a few pedestrians out there walking around. But I don't really have a great view of anything right now with a truck in front of us, a truck to the side of us, and buildings just to the right of us. Turn green, turn green. No, you're going to turn green after I come to a complete stop. Okay, just about. It's like no one's at Mickey D's, though. Dunkin' Donuts I wouldn't mind going to. But not at 12:30 in the afternoon on a Sunday. It's got to be at least before 10 a.m. before I stop at a breakfast place. Alright, so we got through that green light, or red light, whatever you want to call it. Let's see, technically I gotta go... I think I want to be in this lane here. Not in ninth gear. I was like, why aren't I rolling? I am just, yeah, I'm having one of those evenings, I can tell. I think after I get done recording this, I should stop doing anything that has to do with driving. Yeah, let's get this slowed down to Pittsburgh. Call it a day. So I-70, of course, we've been on a few times. Probably more than a few. We will turn right somewhere and head south towards Pittsburgh. And looks like we're going to Midas. Did not know there was a Pittsburgh, Kansas. But now I do. Let's see. Way station, I'm going to get pulled in. Feel like it. I mean, not a surprise. Try to get it down to around 3 miles an hour. Didn't quite do it, but I didn't really come to a complete stop either, I don't think. Don't think that trailer passed inspection, whatever the problem was with that. But not my concern. Now let's see if we can chew into these miles here. It's not a whole lot. It's 200. It's one thing about just driving around a state. You don't have long hauls in between. But I think I got kind of used to the long trips when we went from Seattle to Florida, Florida to Maine, and then Maine to Montana, and then Montana down here, don't really like being in this lane right now because at any moment I could be turning or need to turn off the exit. But luckily the speed limit on the interstate is 65, which is the max that we can go on an external contract. Like the rain's gonna actually make an appearance. This button should be my wipers. There we go. Give room to the cars that were merging on the interstate, but they got fanned out pretty darn quick. So I'm gonna get back to my right-hand lane. Well, there was some lightning, but I think it was behind us. Barely heard the thunder, but yeah, that lightning strike wasn't really near us. Okay, I heard that thunder. Kind of want to see a lightning bolt in front of us. We are in Kansas, so I better keep my eye out for any tornadoes that might appear. That's just a toll that we gotta pay. I think I'm actually getting off here. Yes, we are. I was too busy looking around for lightning strikes. Not paying attention to my GPS whatsoever. Trying to see. I mean, I did not read too much about the skybox and exactly what they did for all the changes in 1.49. Ooh, I just saw some lightning that was in front of us, and that was actually pretty good. If you missed it, just scroll back about 5-10 seconds and you'll see it kind of out around the 11 o'clock position of the truck, way off in the distance. It was actually decent. It was way off in the distance. So I'm wondering, is it like randomly on the map? I mean, could we get a lightning strike like 2 feet right in front of us. That'll blind me for about 5-10 seconds. I just saw another lightning strike. I think I did. Would have thought I'd get so excited over some raindrops, and well, I always like thunderstorms in real life. But in game, yeah, I'm excited for the rain. Which in about a week or two, depending when I want to activate it, we'll have the winter environment going. So instead of rain, it'll be snowing. So I wonder if we'll get some thunder snow. And I'll be curious to see when it does snow. Are we going to get maybe some thunder and lightning snow? Which I have experienced a few times before, and let me say that when you get a lightning strike close to you and it's snowing really heavily outside, it's more blinding than a regular thunderstorm. Because all those snowflakes are kind of like mini mirrors in a way. Now, I don't know if it's raining as hard as it can be, but from memory, it seems like when it rained before really heavy, it was kind of, what's the word I want to look for? More dense? It seemed like it was maybe raining too much. But so far, all the lightning, which I'm seeing more and more of it, it seems like it's always off in the distance. It's not like right on top of us. Lightning strike in 3, 2, 1, where it hits the hood. Let's do some tailgating, shall we? After I said let's not get into an accident anywhere because we're not getting paid enough on this little jaunt on down to Pittsburgh. Yeah, look how the water looks like on the road, how it's reflecting. Kind of see the shadows of the cars in the water. Hello, Pittsburgh. I saw a car coming, but apparently not. Don't know why I'm getting in this lane for. I think I just looked down quickly, saw that we were turning left, but that's the whole road turning left. Still got about 10 more miles to go. I can kind of see it on the GPS. Looks like it might be on the right side. But I think that right-hand lane merges into ours here shortly. As indicated by the road sign up ahead. Who's got the green light here? Someone? Okay. Yeah, looks like the rain may be stopping with the sun peeking out. I don't have the automatic wipers activated or the automatic headlights. I always drive with the headlights on anyways, if I can remember to activate them after an update or repairing the truck. Just realized though, we're not really close to a rest area around here. So we'll have to check the map here in a second. Hopefully there's not one too far. Where are we going with this? Okay, so from the other side, because you got a truck there. Luckily, there's no trailers parked on the other side here. Let's try to end it on a good note by getting this in on the first try. Wait, am I hitting the truck behind me? Or... no, how about hitting there? So much for ending on a good note. Now we're straighter. Yeah, I guess it was bound to happen the way my evening is going. But luckily, I mean, there's no damage or anything like that. Let's just go ahead and continue. Should say 12 out of 14 now. Perfect. World map. Let's scroll on into Pittsburgh here. Okay, so just right on down the road, so not too far. As we have a look around Pittsburgh to see what's actually here. Alright, so yeah, we're just going right on down here. Let me mark that. It's only 7 miles, so not too far. And then hopefully next time we can get a load from Pittsburgh. And we'll take Route 69 all the way up to Kansas. No, not through Kansas City. But at least get back up to here, go through Topeka, and get on our way to Marysville. Getting an external contract going up to Marysville, not too important. Because we can always take an external contract, if available, going from Marysville to Phillipsburg, and that'll be to or from the last 2 cities that we need to by doing 1 delivery. And that is all we need to do. And then, Yeah, then it's pretty much where haven't we been here in Kansas? Yeah, the lower, a lot of roads down here. And basically right across the southern part down into Oklahoma. And then we got the northern part, but we pretty much covered the center of the state, haven't we? We definitely done that, but the southeastern part, the northern part, and we'll say the further southern part we haven't really done. And this is where we started Burlington, getting into Colby. And we haven't been on route number 50 going into Lamar. But yeah. And then, of course, like we mentioned, Nebraska is probably going to be next, I would assume. And then Arkansas, which is right here, is the next announced state. So I don't know if they're going to go Louisiana, Missouri, or the Dakotas. I would love to see the Dakotas come, just because the coast-to-coast map of the southern part is done over well enough to where, I mean, you've seen the southern part as I've been driving around. That's done over rather well. But the Dakotas is very bare. So I would like to see that, of course, be the next announced states. But, you know, it's going to take time. Let's go ahead and fire up the engine here. Let's try not to hit anything on the way out. Please. Let's get on down to the rest area. It is after 5, but, you know, we try to get as close as we can to driving 11 hours in a workday. I mean, we quit a little bit early the day before, so I think it all evens out throughout time. Sometimes we've driven 2 hours past our time, and sometimes we've stopped 2 hours before our time. Kansas Crossing. But I'm not really quite sure yet what we're going to do once we get the cities done. At least once we get the cities done, the last two, I won't have to focus on getting to here or there. We can just say where would we like to go. I mean, do I want to hang around Kansas? I think we'll try to maybe take the roads that we haven't done yet in Kansas. I still haven't looked on, which is odd for me, the Steam achievements, because sometimes the Steam achievements on Steam can kind of tell you of some special things for each state. So maybe I need to look on there and see what achievements are available for Kansas. On that DLC, maybe it'll say, visit. It may say visit, I don't know, like the rodeo or something. It'll be like the rodeo. It's kind of like going way back to Arizona when it said find the racetrack, or I don't think it was called the racetrack then. Maybe I can't remember what it was. It's been so long now. But it said like find the off road or the racetrack, and it was a hidden road back then. You actually had to plow your way through a barrier to get there. Such a long time ago. 6 or 7 years ago when Arizona came out. Which technically is part of the base game, but Arizona wasn't out when ATS got released. But everyone got it for free when it did come out like 2 months after. I think it was February 2016 ATS came out. I don't know why I think February. And then Arizona came out like in, April or something. Probably way off on that, but it was 2016, I hope. I hope I got that right. Park and brake there, genius. Yeah, I really need to stop driving today because it's not going well for me at all. Oh, I can just park anywhere here? Well, we'll park kind of in the corner here since we don't have a trailer. Kind of want to park next to the light, but then again, I don't. Not that it matters in game. One, you know, some light around your truck at night, not a bad thing. But two, birds like to sit in lights and crap. So, but we're far enough away from the light where it doesn't matter. And sorry, Cindy, but I think once again, we don't really have much to see around here. But it looks like a nice evening for a walk. We can go for a walk down the country road, maybe. Not too sure, but we could. But anyways, that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in American Truck Simulator with Realistic Economy. But until then, have a good one.